Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's week ahead video, where we will be going over the various major FX pairs, commodity pairs, crypto, and indices to identify where we sit within that market cycle that this whole focus is upon, and using that market cycle to our advantage to identify trades in line with that cycle. So, without further ado, Synergy Markets is authorized and regulated by the FCA. This service, however, is an unregulated service because it's not a personal recommendation. And therefore, as a retail client, if you were to sign up and use the service, you aren't protected by the Ombudsman, nor able to receive compensation from the Compensation Services Scheme. Let's start. So we've had coming into the last month, end of quarter, we've had a fantastic start to the year, to be fair to you. Just at the back end of last week, extreme volatility with the volatility index spiking to new highs. Markets down a lot. Trump's tariff, inflation, interest rates. It seems that they were coming into a dawn of stagflation at the minute. And yeah, very tricky trading conditions. So let's just go through the list and see what we've got in front of us. So where can we start on the daily? Let's have a wee look. So we have here, this looks an absolute mess, but until you understand the order within that mess, have patience. So this little red diagram is ultimately the treasure map, I'd like to say. That's the treasure map for me. This simple thing is displayed on the 5 minute chart and the daily chart. At the minute, this is on the daily chart. So you can see the W, one up, two up, three, one down, two down, three. Same sort of thing here. It's either extended from peak to peak or it's contracted. And, certain Fibonacci feet levels it will trade to instead. So, for example, this high to this low. You can see that the market actually seems so far to have traded the pattern to the 78.6 retracement. What is left in the open is all of this one zone, or was this the zone on the way up? I believe that it's all one zone. I still believe we've got a date with higher prices here. Still do believe. Let's see what we have here. So we have obviously a downtrend. We've broken that downtrend and we've changed character as well. So this is setting up for a potential long, but contextually, it's not that clear. So we're on the lower time frame here again, downtrend. Played this Gartley, very nice move. But where we are now, we can understand that we are potentially at a turning point, and we've got this sideways action. I can count pushes down. I can certainly count one, two, and three pushes to a low and sideways action. So we definitely already noticed that we've got this change in place. So we do have the change. The change is in. Now, some people talk about the change just being a spike. Some people like to see full candle. It depends. You have to be able to see it both ways. You have to be able to see the spikes both ways. But if I just like to always like to draw my W's out like so, just to get an idea if this is going to be the area the market wants to go from. How's it going to construct itself? I need to see something like this, basically. And until I see that, there's nothing for me. So we move on. Let's have a look. So AEDCHF, this is another temptress. It's like a mermaid tempted the sailors onto the rocks. Now, why do I assimilate it to being a mermaid? Because we know that the peak highs and peak lows are where patterns turn around. So they are the most attractive areas. People try and catch the highs, catch the lows, but you often get marooned on the rocks. So what we've got going on here is, again, there's my pattern. You can see it here, one, two. I'll make these consolidations a bit brighter so you can actually see them clearer. Go. So hopefully you can see those clearer now. So you've got the pattern on the way up, pattern on the way down. Now, this pattern on the way down, because we haven't broken, well, technically we did break this one, so it is valid. I, yeah, because of the EMAs, they also help describe how the chart should be laid. I see that as a pattern complete. You've got first level, second level, and then you can count one, two, three pushes to a low, another three pushes to a low, and they've created this shoulder, head, and shoulder. And again here, shoulder, head, and shoulder. These are retail trading Bible manual, at the right time of the cycle, these patterns are valid. I don't see a inverse head and shoulders. Sorry, I don't see a head and shoulders pattern at the low of a cycle as something productive for people to make money. It may get triggered, but I'm just waiting for that reaction because this is a construct to get people to go short at the bottom, in my opinion. So I'm watching carefully. ADNZD, similar kettle of fish, got the pattern on the way up and on the way down. These are all just lower lows, lower highs. I can't identify that as consolidation nor that as consolidation. But this I can. Over the EMAs, I recognize the behavior. I think the pattern's going to play out as such. We've just got a bit of a retest coming in, a break retest. And again, when I was saying at the beginning of the video about the pattern being fractal in nature, fractal means that the same thing happens over and over again. You can see it here. This is an M. That's your M. That's your W. No retest, no trade. That's my motto. So no retest, no trade. So I can't trade it unless we've retested structure. That will keep you out of trouble. You will miss a few trades though. AUD USD. What's going on? This is one that we took last week, and I cut it before GDP news -10. It's still there. It's nicer looking. Well, first of all, let's put it in context what we're actually looking at. So what we're looking at on this big picture pattern is you can see the pattern on the way up. Level 1, level 2, peak, shoulder, head, shoulder. Level 1, level 2. Now, this is all off the 78% retracement, so there's a lot of support going on here. But what we can see is this is the lows of level 2. Should we be shorting lows of consolidation? No, we shouldn't. What we can see in this leg is a 1, 2, 3 to the low with a W. This is the whole market cycle on a larger time frame. If you were to look in the hour, you would see it on a bigger scale. So down here, this is the control point. We've changed character. We have changed character. We now need to break structure, and we're just waiting for that move. I've gotten in a little bit early here. High, 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 low, high, 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 low. To change and a break and a retest, let me just identify that here. So we've got the change, we've got the break. We're waiting the retest. It's not come in yet. So we will still keep an eye on that. I still like the look of this pattern. Any close above here is a long, relonging that situation. What's going on with bloody mouse? That JPY, this is a real beast, actually. Obviously, never trade JPY pairs. I haven't traded them for ages. For some reason, they've just activated me. Why is that, you may say? Well, because there's opportunity. Can't ignore it. So this is amazing structure, guys. Amazing structure, but end of the month, I don't think it played as quickly as it wanted to. Plus, we've already got 3 weeks of rise, so I was trading into a third week, which is, may or may not play. But this move here, it should have accelerated a lot quicker. We've got perfect staircasing structure. High, 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 low. High, 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 low. But here, also a bit of a giveaway is the fact that we have the famous pattern here. And up again. So I was playing third of the third in the third week. What did we get out of it? I think we got about 27, 30 pips. I love it still. Absolutely love it. This will do something positive. So waiting on that guy. Euro AED, these guys have completely recovered. I mean, what I don't like about it is the market cycles here at 1, 2. we haven't retested anything proper. I'm looking for a structure retest, as I said before. We are just at the minute engaging with this wick. Fair enough, the wick might be the thing that keeps things going for this particular trade. It might be a wick trade, but for me, it's not done enough to feel safe. Now, obviously, we have this structure here. We have this, and we've got a good retest of this. 3 hits retest, which is pretty positive, but we've also got the big ABCD there. I think the market's onto something here. I think it's manufacturing a move. So we can confirm we got the change, and we just need this is quite an easy setup, to be fair, folks. We've got the change, just waiting for the retest to come in. Alert. That's a nice trade. Euro AED. Let me just get a clean page on my Euro AED long. Boss retest. That's one for next week. Really nice. Euro CAD, let's have a look. Euro CAD also. I don't believe we've got a proper retest with that one yet. No, we're still waiting on the retest, but we have some sort of engagement close to the 50. It's not really enough for me to start looking for positions in this. Yeah, pass on that. Euro NZD. We haven't had the retest. I was looking for a retest here. This is now creating another type of bigger W that I have to be aware about what its intentions are. And I quite like what I'm seeing here because I recognize the intentions of the market, what it's trying to actually ultimately do now. So setting up a type 1, people talk about type 1s, type 2s, they're different variants. My type 1 is this W entry. My type 2 is a break of structure to the left. But at the minute, this is, we made a change down here. We've done this maneuver around here, but now we're breaking the actual structure, breaking. We've got a day of rise, second day of rise, third day of rise potentially. 1, 2, 3. Euro USD. What are we doing? Let's have a look. So for me, Euro USD, I thought it was going to do a bit of a deeper retest, but it seems to just want to hang this first zone out there. Again, no retest, no trade for me. So as much as discipline plays a big role in all of this, you've got to somehow remember your discipline. So we haven't got a confirmed change yet on the hour, but on the half an hour, I think we do. Still close. I think this is the change here. You could obviously argue this is a change. We had the change, break, and a retest of the change here. Look, change, break, retest the change, and then the move away. So that's one that was missed, but that's the early entry. Now, if we can work out the proper swings of this market, this is the first change. That's the change. Change, break. I want to see a break next. And this is how you construct your trades, folks. Well, I do anyhow. GA, another amazing setup. You can see the pattern here. 1, 2, 3. 3 pushes makes a consolidation, and that's exactly what we're doing. It's also a low, high, 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 low. There's nothing here that I could have seen to get me in apart from this change and, well, change, break, retest. But there was nothing to retest. Again, no retest, no trade. Looking at this one in context of the bigger super cycle, we know that we're in level 3, looking to rise again. Amazing moves. Here's the W consolidation, consolidation. We haven't retested this structure, which does concern me. So I will be paying close attention. I want to know when we are on and when we're up here.
Alert triggered.
Okay, moving on. Moving on. GBP CAD. Same sort of thing. Looking for higher prices. We've seen the change. We now want to see the break, and we have to wait. But a beautiful pattern. Again, I've got issues with it not retesting. But you can see the structure, guys. High, 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 low, high, 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 low coming in off the 50-year, mate. This could be potentially golden. Absolute golden. Set an alert for that. GBP volatile as hell. We are here indeed. Lows of level one consolidation, anticipating higher prices. We've just taken out this area here, first change. Now you want to see a break, and it's going to be a way away. GJ is one of the best upfront patterns I've seen in a long time. I think I'm going to change my numbering round, because initially that was the first zone and that was the second zone. But for me, this is the first zone. This is the second zone. This is potentially the peak, or we're setting up for higher prices. So potentially the peak. This is why I don't tend to trade these sort of things. I like the big picture in line. However, because of what I'm seeing on the lower time frame, it's an absolute amazing setup. You've got the W type one, change break. I'm all over this one when it sets up. GU. What are you saying, GU? GU hanging in the air, not keen. No retest, no trade. We haven't come back near any of that. Got to keep those rules going. NZD CAD, again, high, 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 low. Nice structure, change break. This is the entry zone for it, for sure, around here. I want in on this one. I'm looking for a way in. Don't worry about that. We definitely had the change. We want to see the break, and then we want to see the retest. So there's still a way to go on this as well. That's not ready yet. NZD USD, similar kettle of fish. I thought we were setting up nicely here with 1 and 2, but it seems that we've got level 1 as a chop and level 2 as a trap false. Waiting for a retest. This is the same as AUD USD. We're at the lows of consolidation 2, but we're making amazing structure. Change, break, didn't see the retest here, but for me, that's not the trade. This is an absolute monster as well, expecting higher prices. Just expecting higher prices, guys. Moving on, what have we got here? Ripple. Ripple is terrible at the minute. Like all crypto, dustbin territory. But we gapped down and we're bouncing up this morning. Okay, so not much to say there. Bitcoin, what are you saying? Bitcoin as well, modest rise, but Bitcoin's pretty scary. 1, 2, peak. Are we going to retest? Are we going to cycle on and reset and go again? Difficult to know. Gold, just crazy level 3 behavior. Absolute straight up craziness. But if we look at it on the monthly, it makes a little bit more sense where we sit. We're just in that final flush, it seems to me. You've got level 1, level 2, peak. Try and stop that. And silver is the same sort of beautiful looking, amazing looking thing. Silver's going to get up to here, in my opinion, and go on an absolute crazy bull run. Stella, here we are. What's Stella saying? On the monthly, not a great deal. On the daily, has it done a similar thing? Yes, it's gapped down. Could be the start for Stella. Stella's got the huge potential, in my opinion. US 500, heavy, ugly. Tech, ugly. Wall Street, wow. Seriously ugly charts, folks. USD CAD completed the market cycle. Still has up here unfinished business. 1, 2, 3, the reflection of AUD USD. What are we going to do with it? I'm unsure. Wall Street, yeah, ugly. And lastly, USD JPY, which we did send out a pattern on. Um, let's have a look. That other way, I don't know what I was rambling on about there. Change break, retest. So there was a good quality entry down here that we missed. We actually took an interesting entry down here, got 25 or 15, and it's come back a little bit. But the intention here was this was the change. It was the change. This was the break, and this was another potential entry here. Um, had I have looked at that sort of detail, I mean, this is also the W, one, two. This is a massively exciting opportunity here as well. We did take the Gartley. Did I draw it out? Not sure I drew it out, but it's here. There it is. A, B, C, D. We took it here and we got that, but it has slipped a bit lower. Still very bullish, and there is some good harmonic structure here. That should keep it afloat. So, folks, there you have it. That's the week ahead video. If you have any questions, please reach me at, well, I'm on X, at Synergy Signals, at Melons Trade. We have a community at Melons Trade where we have a Telegram group with about 70 Signals subscribers that are, engaging on a day-to-day basis, sharing ideas, asking questions. It's just a place, if you really want to learn this stuff, you need to be in there. Any other questions? If you're interested in learning methodology, please reach out. And I wish you all the best. Have a good day. Cheers.